Meeting to order, so we have a roll call, please.
Mr. Weeks?
Yes.
Ms. Courage?
Yes.
Ms. Pease?
Yes.
Ms. Bernard?
Yes.
So stand for the pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. No action will be taken at this public hearing. I'd like to read the public notice that was published in the Tribune on May 29th, 2025. The Zoning Commission of Bristol Township, Trumbull County, Ohio, pursuant to ORC 519.12, gives notice that a public hearing will be held on the 9th day of June 2025 at 6:00 p.m. in the Township Administration Building to consider text additions and deletions to Section 20 of the Bristol Township Zoning Resolution. The proposed text additions and deletions are on file with the Zoning Commission and are available for inspection and copying upon request to the Zoning Commission Chairman at 330-889-3282. No action will be taken at this public hearing. By order of the Bristol Township Zoning Commission, Kenneth Weeks, Chairman.
When was that in?
Pardon?
When was that in?
May 29th, May 29th. Nobody contacted me for any copies of anything, so I'm assuming that everybody's, of course, we've been doing this for a while. We've all had our copies of Section 20 and what we did here several months ago, and we're finally having the public hearing to consider this. Do we want to go through it again, or is everybody comfortable with what they have in their own records? There are a couple copies up here if somebody wants a copy of that.
Sharon? Yes. That's the same thing you did last week. I'm sure it's the same I have, but.
The added text is in green and the deleted text is in red with a strike through. Beginning, fees for applications, zoning certificates, variances, appeals, conditional zoning certificates, and other zoning authorizations and services shall be submitted by applicants and other parties as required by resolution of the township trustees. Unless otherwise provided, fees shall be paid at the time of application or request for service. A receipt for all fees paid by the applicant shall be issued by the township physical officer, and the fees shall be turned over to the township trustees for proper disbursement according to law. Then we deleted the text. Fees for the purpose of defraying the cost of inspection and certification, maintenance of records shall be established by a majority vote of the Bristol Township Zoning Commission at its annual organization meeting and shall remain constant until changed or continued at each successive annual organization meeting. And that paragraph is totally against what the ORC says. So that's why we're going through this process to correct the text in zoning certificates. And the added text that we have and everything that's deleted is based on information that we've received from Jason Toth, the Assistant Trumbull County Prosecutor, and his blessing that this is all being done. Okay. I guess everybody got a copy or something. There's not much that's added except in paragraph 5, a zoning certificate is not required for new siding and roofing. Paragraph 6, the zoning certificate fee shall be computed on a square foot basis. The zoning inspector shall apply the going rate as established by the township trustee. And that is per the ORC 519.12 and various other ones. The rate shall be on file at the office of the zoning inspector at all times and available for public inspection. Paragraph 8, eliminated text, building Builder shall obtain a zoning certificate before new construction additions or alterations have been started. That's been completed. Builders, property owners shall properly display the zoning certificate card for the subject property in a manner which is clearly visible from the street. The above fees for zoning certificate shall be doubled when issued after construction begins. And then there's deleted text of receipt for all monies paid by the applicant for the zoning certificate shall be issued by the township zoning inspector. And said money shall be turned over to the township clerk for proper disbursement according to law. That's been deleted. Amendments or supplements to this resolution shall supersede and nullify all price provisions with which they are in conflict, but they do not affect any zoning certificates issued prior to their effective dates. Any questions on that?
No.
Okay. We had sent the information to the Trumbull County Planning Commission, and then back on April 9th, 2025, Trumbull County Planning Commission issued a passed resolution number 4-2025-28, which was adopted by the Trumbull County Planning Commission at its regular board meeting on April 8th, 2025. Planning Commission recommends approval of the proposed zoning text amendment, and the township consult with legal counsel in reference to the comments listed in the Plats and Zoning Committee minutes of April 1, 2025, a copy of which is attached. Kimberly A. Vaughn, Plats and Planning Coordinator. So, Planning Commission approved everything we did. And we had already been in contact with the prosecutor, so he's our legal counsel. So we met the requirement, met one of the things that the Planning Commission asked to have happen. Okay. I think, unless anybody has any questions, we're not going to take any action at the public hearing. Any public comment? I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second. Oh, I'll third it.
I'll make the motion to adjourn. Roll call,
Mr. Weeks?
yes.
Ms. Courage? Yes. Ms. Pease?
Yes.
Ms. Bernard?
Yes. And what's the next step on that then?
Pardon?
What's the next step on that?
I send it to, well, in our regular meeting, we'll make a motion,
Okay,
we'll have a motion to approve that, and we'll send it on to the trustees for their.
thank you.
Meeting is adjourned, right?
Yes.
Okay. So give me about 2 minutes, and then we'll start our regular meeting.
Okay. No, so Joe Wax is supposed to send me, but I don't want that. He's already whacked, little wax stuff. What's up?
You have any extra copies of this?
I packed them out.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. I know that's what you said you were gonna do, but
Yep.
my mind's kind of.
And my printer worked.
Printer.
I have to tell my printer to print it in high quality. If it's not high quality, it's plain. I'm not sure why that is, but apparently it's bougie. So I have to print it in high quality.
Can you
So-
spell that?
No, I will not spell it. I figured that out. I'm like, why is that a thing? But it is, so I figured it out.
Okay.
Did Justin Oviatt contact you about
That's
he did-
fair.
Okay. He asked me if your hours. I'm like, oh, so I was gonna send a picture, but if you talk to him.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Today's, this meeting was in today's paper.
Yes.
Oh, maybe it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Bristol Township Zoning Commission to order. So we have roll call, please.
Mr. Weeks?
Yes.
Ms. Courage?
Yes.
Ms. Pease? Yes. Ms. Bernard?
Yes.
And I'm here as well.
Shall we stand for the pledge of allegiance, please? We get our exercise. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to
and
the
to the
republic
republic
for which
which
it stands,
stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
liberty, and justice for all.
I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the meeting held on May 12th. And there's only three of us that can vote on these minutes. That's Vivian, Carolyn, and myself. So one,
Make a motion to approve the minutes?
Carolyn, you want to second that?
Yes,
Roll call?
Mr. Weeks?
Yes.
Ms. Pease?
Yes.
Ms. Bernard?
Abstain.
Yeah,
Abstain.
I'm sorry.
Ms. Courage?
Abstain.
Okay, and I'm yes as well.
Okay, next item on the agenda is open for public, for questions and comments. Corey, you have anything? Matt?
No.
We'll get to you later. Okay, matter of fact, that's right now, zoning inspector.
Had a little hiccup last month. Property 2484 Hazelcraft. The county issued a stop work order on they deemed an accessory structure, large garage, essentially.
Was this east of 45? The west of
20
45?
I think it must be west.
Okay.
West. After working some things out with the county building department, I believe the commissioner got involved. The property was deemed agricultural, and the county decided to waive the stop work order. We will be issuing a refund of, I believe, of $84, $80 to $84 to the resident of the property. I'm gonna write that email to Nikki to do so. I charged for the zoning fee because of the stop work order. And the county has now deemed that property agricultural. I believe that's actually across from Quarry. Issued two other during the month of June. At 2152 Hyde Schaefer, we did an attached garage today, actually. Did that at noon, on my lunch from the city. And I did a hobby barn on 6/4, 4918 Quarry Hunt. It is my understanding the gentleman is Amish and he will be using it as a church to do other things for at his property. Pretty large, 2,700 square feet, I believe.
Is that on Corey Hunt?
It's 4918 Quarry Hunt.
The two brick buildings just past my mom's house, I think. The two brick houses.
It's a
Oh.
brick, yes, it is.
Oh.
The family that originally built them were brothers, I think,
Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
okay.
way back off the road.
He had a smaller garage, and maybe a large shed on the property. He said those would be removed for what he described as a hobby barn.
Yeah,
I
the
like
Amish, the Amish don't farm much anymore. It's definitely a hobby.
Hobby barn, I like that phrase. That's a new phrase here.
So
They do a lot of their laundry out there in the shop, and they have a church there and
he,
big dinners, and
Okay.
their shop's usually nicer than most people's houses.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes, thank
Are
you.
you finding it interesting out here?
it's unique in its own compared to the city of Warren. Definitely different. But no, I haven't had any problems in the last 3 or 4 months that have been.
So what's the biggest difference?
You guys don't have near the property. I'm actually doing zoning out here, where I act as more of a code enforcement inside the city. We just don't have enough. We'll never have enough. You could pick 5 more for me and it still wouldn't be enough. I mean, obviously enforcement is something we want to do out here, but again, I didn't take this position to go. I don't want to go chase every junk car in the township. If it's an issue, we will deal with it.
So what
We'll
area
start.
are you in this one?
I was gonna do the Northwest this month. So, that's southeast, southwest. Northwest this month.
Would you entertain anybody riding along with you, just as a matter of?
Sure. Yeah, no problem at all. Let's take a ride.
You know, test his driving abilities, put the coffee on the dash.
No, I'm not that. I'm just trying to,
Our roads aren't fair enough. for that.
it just,
No, absolutely.
You know, even some of us who've lived in this town a long time don't see everything. It just, it's nice to have a separate set of eyes sometimes. and
Sure.
Things.
And I think you do get used to seeing stuff over and over and over again. But again, too, I want to bring it to a point where I have had some calls about some property line disputes. Those are really, that's a civil matter.
Yeah.
You have to be an engineer, you have to be a surveyor to be able to go out and mark property lines.
Sure.
All I can do is tell them to go on the auditor website. Yeah, it was over 100th of an acre. Now arguing over, so
What?
100th of an acre. You know how much property that is, but I know that's really small.
So like less than an acre?
Hundredth
What's
of an acre.
100.
100
Fraction.
So, an issue with the barn is being too close to what they feel the line is, but because the chicken goats are too loud. So,
Okay.
Don't get that in the city.
Right.
we all allow chickens and goats. And we find them occasionally. I found a mountain goat that went through our property.
What?
How do you hide a mountain goat in
We
the city?
saw, first pat it, and finally we got them to get rid of it.
Okay, well, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate your input
Sure.
and your candidness
Mhm.
on everything. Next item on the agenda, the status of section 20 zoning fees. We held a public hearing just a little bit ago, and there were no comments from the public. And I'd like to move on to item 9 on the agenda. I would like to make a motion to accept section 20 zoning fees with a deleted text and additional text. The Township Board of Trustees may set the zoning fees by separate resolution. The Township Zoning Commission is only a recommending body. See RC 51905, 51906, 51907, 51910, 51912. The Trumbull County Planning Commission provided their recommendation via their resolution number 4-2025-28. A public hearing was held on June 9th, 2025 at 6 p.m. If the motion is approved by the chairman, will forward the appropriate documents to the trustees for their consideration. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
The only discussion that I would inject here is that the Trumbull County Assistant Prosecutor Jason Toth has provided guidance for this rewrite. Roll call.
Mr. Weeks.
Yes.
Ms. Courage.
Yes.
Ms. Pease.
Yes.
Ms. Bernard.
Yes.
And I'm yes as well.
4 months. You got it done. Okay. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is the short-term rentals. And I would like to thank Vivian for the work that she's done on that. There's, if you'd like to review again what you presented last month, and then we'll go from there.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that there might be some additions to it or whatever, or deletions, I mean, did we get a copy for everybody?
Everybody here has a copy. I didn't make any extra copies on it.
As you want.
Do you want to know?
Sure.
I'll go. Okay. So, basically it goes through what the short-term rental is, about the registration of it, the occupant or ownership of it. This is just giving us basically what the terminology is of it, and then the registration, how we would register it. There'll be a renewal date. They have to be required to have an inspection. And then the second page is basically the form they're gonna fill out to be approved.
Who does the inspection?
The inspection, I'm guessing, I didn't put that down there, but it would be our fire department. Is that something that we can say? that they would do?
Well, we need to talk
Get
to
their
them to
approval.
see
Okay.
that they are willing to do that. I'm sure they would, but, we can't put it in there unless they're.
Is it like a fire code? Okay. Is
It's
it,
more of a courtesy thing than anything else. You know, as far as what little bit I understand.
okay,
I know that having attended many meetings here, the fire chief has a reluctance at times to go on private property. So therefore, we definitely need to get his blessing on this, putting the fire department in there doing any kind of inspection, so. We'll work on that before the next meeting.
Yeah, I did put something in there by the fire department, but just checking for smoke alarms, carbon monoxide, or fire extinguishers, the type of safety things that we need. And then basically the number of occupants that we would allow in it. When you fill out the form there, there's. Where is it? Yeah, the maximum, well, you'd have to put a maximum number. And then. The location of it, yeah, so whether it's gonna be an entire house, accessory structure, a room, above it, like a detached garage or whatnot, so you have to specify what that is. And you'd also have to provide a contact local agent person that's available 24/7. And that would be just in case there was some type of disturbance or something going on there, that there'd be somebody that can be contacted if the owner, does not live in the township or is not in the township. So I don't know if we just want to review that, or what the next step is with that.
Well, I did come up with a couple things.
Okay.
Okay. And in the first paragraph, we may want to add the phrase, add rooming house in there along with hotel and motel, because based on what we went through a couple months ago. And I think we probably ought to put a purpose.
so like, at the first part, we usually have a purpose, like, the very first part of it.
Okay.
So maybe just.
And what I was gonna
pertains to,
suggest after this, maybe you and I can get together before the next meeting and
Okay.
put these things together like that.
Okay.
And something else that we probably need to put in there is it's pre-existing to the zoning ordinance going in. They are exempt from
Right.
meeting any of these requirements, so.
But would they still have to moving forward, they would have to get certified, right, or get a permit
the following year,
the following year, because it's a renewal every year, so.
That's a question that when I send this to the prosecutor, I want to ask.
I feel like there's quite a few already, so why not, like,
Yeah.
if we can add them to the, I'm not sure how you word it appropriately, but.
We'll see how that, and then you mentioned a
Yeah, right.
posted registration certificate. You'd have to design a registration certificate to go along with that, so. I think I want to compliment you and say thank you for a lot of work here.
If you didn't do that much, thank you, but.
So any other questions on that? Thoughts? And we'll all have an opportunity between now and the next month to, look at that.
Are you gonna keep that or can I have it?
Oh, all right.
Do you mind, I'm gonna make some notes so I can look over it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Ken or Tara, how hard would it be to just include that in the emails that we get when you send stuff out?
I don't know, it's still a draft, so I don't think I don't feel comfortable emailing it to, out.
Yeah.
Until it was official, I feel like.
Okay, my other question. Are we working on a website so that this information is on our website so that I as citizen can look at this and again have
I
no
thought it was at
excuses?
one time that was gonna be that way, but I don't know.
You mean like our agendas?
No, these rule changes that when we finally get them formatted. So our biggest problem over the years has always been ignorance, right? Oh, I didn't know. Well, I mean, it's 2025. It's not really hard to look up a website and see all the,
A long time ago, my vision was that yes, we would be putting stuff out there like that, but with the technical difficulties we've run into just getting public notices
Yeah.
published, I'm not sure what that, down the road, I hope we can do something like that.
Why couldn't they add it to the Facebook page for the township?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, they're not really doing nothing with that at this point, but in the
Well,
future.
You know, absolutely, both the website and the Facebook page is an ideal place to at least, maybe not put the total text in there, but at least say we're working on these things.
Yeah.
You know, and this is what that was my vision down the road, but, you know, like, with all the problems I ran into, just not getting it published, real notice published out there.
so
I don't know if it's.
Eric, let's say you come to my house for a violation, do you have a binder of rules or do you
Yeah,
even pull
there's
stuff
a
up or? Yeah,
I mean, yeah, and the township works off the ORC. We're specifically, we're bound by the Ohio Revised Code, so I can't go outside of that. And I think, as I said before, before I ever issue, well, shouldn't say that. In most cases, I'm gonna come knock on your door and talk to you as a human being.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what anybody wants. In the event they become combative or something like that, fine, I'll leave and I'll send a letter. That's all.
So we're tabling this for next
Yep,
meeting? Okay.
yep. Table. Tara and I had an opportunity to look at this and what we had been looking at
It was extra wordy.
with the text that the Ohio Township Trustees Association came up with. After we spent some time looking at it and going through it, and it had a lot of information in there that we didn't see really fit into a small township like ours. Tara set off on another direction. And we found Vienna has a small or a short version of a solar energy systems,
It's a little more condensed.
more condensed. Thank you. Appreciate the comment. And she went through and that's what she's put together here. So we're gonna look at that tonight.
You want me to read it?
Yep, go ahead.
36.2 solar energy systems. The purpose, this section pertains to the regulation of small solar facilities as authorized under revised code 519.213. Purpose is to be sure solar facilities are following standards that guide the development of solar energy systems in order to facilitate the construction, installation, and operation of solar energy systems in the township in a manner that protects the public health, safety, and welfare and avoids significant impacts on resources and adjacent uses. Now, can I put note down here because it's here and it's in the text, so we either have it reiterate or we don't. So that's why I put note there.
Yeah.
So note, solar facilities of 50 megawatts or more are required to submit an application with the Ohio Power Setting Board, OPSB, at the Public Utility Commission of Ohio, PUCO, and are required to meet OPSB regulations. Then we have the definitions of ground-mounted solar energy systems, large solar facility, integrated solar energy systems, rooftop solar energy systems, small solar facility, solar energy, and solar energy system. Under number 2, though, large solar facility states means a solar facility of 50 or more megawatts, which is required to submit an application with the Ohio Power Setting Board at the Public Utilities Commission of Ohio, and are required to meet OPSB regulations. Do you see how it's reiterated there, Ken?
Yep.
So I'm okay with leaving it there.
I just assume leave it there.
Okay. I added note there if that's okay. So that was A, all the definitions. B, permitted solar energy systems. The construction, erection, or siting of an integrated solar energy system, rooftop solar energy system, or ground-mounted solar energy system shall be permitted use in any zoning district in the township only if the following requirements are met. The solar energy system is sized and used to provide electric power for only the principal and accessory uses on the property and not for the generation of power for sale off the property except for sale to the power company resulting from occasional incidental excess power generation. 2, the solar energy system complies with all requirements set forth in this section. And C, prohibited uses. The construction, erection, or siting of the solar energy system, including any large solar facility, small solar facility, or any, I'm missing in there, any integrated rooftop or ground mounted solar energy system which does not meet the requirements to be a permitted use as defined in section B above, is prohibited in all zoning districts unless granted by the Township Zoning Board of Appeals. D,
And I think we're gonna have to add another line in there to talk about conditional approval
conditional uses.
in only commercial districts or something like that.
Like adding like another bullet there.
Yeah. And I didn't come up with these ideas until it was too late to give you that information.
That's okay. D, requirements for permitted solar energy systems. A solar energy system must comply with the following requirements to be a permitted use. Integrated or rooftop solar energy systems. Now, I will say that most of these had height also. I vetoed them because we talked about not having a height requirement or restriction in our township, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so I did put on this one, because the height of this one is more flush to the roof because it's a rooftop system, I did leave it there. So an integrated or rooftop solar energy system must be flush mounted to the roof and not extended past the ridge line, just so it's not,
Yeah.
giant. So I left that one. Ground mounted solar energy systems coverage. The ground mounted solar energy system shall be included as a part of any lot, tract, ground coverage calculation applicable to the zoning district where located. In the event the zoning district does not have a restriction limiting the ground area permitting to be occupied by building structures, parking areas, sidewalks, or other impervious surfaces, ground mounted solar energy systems shall not exceed in the aggregate 25% total area of the lot or tract. It's very wordy.
Yes.
Location, ground mounted solar energy systems are permitted only in the rear yard area. In the case of a corner lot, no ground mounted solar energy systems shall be located between a principal building or structure and public right of way. Glare, any solar energy systems shall be placed or arranged in a manner so as not to reflect unreasonable glare onto buildings, properties, or roadways. Setbacks, any ground mounted solar energy system must comply with the setback requirements applicable to the zoning district where located. Number 3, it should probably be D, not 3. I'm sorry, D. Applicable to permitted solar energy systems. Maintenance, all solar energy systems must be maintained in good working order at all times. The owner of the property shall, within 3 months of permanently ceasing use of the solar energy system, dismantle and remove the solar energy system. In the case of ground-mounted solar energy systems, return this property to a graded, seeded, and/or landscape state similar to condition prior to the construction of installation. How do we mandate that, Ken?
Good question.
We're gonna force them to landscape their yard?
Take it out.
Okay. Building permits and inspections. The installation of any solar energy system shall not commence until the property owner has obtained all applicable required building permits from the state of Ohio, Trumbull County, and Bristol Township, and all wiring and electrical apparatuses associated with the operation of a solar energy system shall meet all applicable local, state, and federal codes. Advertising. Solar energy systems and property where located shall not be used for display or of advertising. For the purposes of this section, reasonable and customary identification, name, insignia, logo, and or similar, of the manufacturer or operator of the system that is incorporated into a manufactured on the equipment itself shall not be considered advertising. Other restrictions. Solar energy systems shall comply with the applicable federal, state, and local laws and regulations. I don't disagree with the landscaping and cleaning up of those stuff, but I'm just not sure how we force that.
Well, we have a difficult time when people don't maintain their property anyway.
That's what I don't hate it in there. I'm just not sure how you force somebody to do so. So,
Good news is it's gonna be in there.
yeah,
What was that?
I like it in
Good news
there.
That it's stated at least.
Yeah.
So at least gives us some grounds to go back on.
Any comments, Ken? Any
No,
comments,
I-
anybody?
I'm looking for comments from others.
Yeah, yeah.
I like
Way less wordy than that last packet we had,
Where did you get it from?
Diana. The last one was so much.
Yeah,
It
there was
too
so much. in
It wasn't
there
for a small township, I guess, I don't feel like.
Yeah, it was geared towards the larger
Yeah.
townships. We may have, I think we'll have to put something in here about conditionally permitted.
Do you want it underneath the, C? Prohibited uses where it mentions the, zoning board of appeals?
Yeah, someplace in there.
Okay. I'll make a note of that.
Question for the group now. Small solar facilities that are connected to the grid, should they be conditionally permitted or just permitted?
My gut says conditionally permitted, but can we do that?
Then yes, conditionally.
What do you think, Ken?
Well, I think conditionally permitted.
Mm,
Yeah.
And that way, the zoning board of appeals has, it's not one person signing a permit, it's the group of 5 people on the zoning board of appeals making that decision. And everybody, they have a public hearing on it.
So you're saying any solar facility, even if it's under a roof, has to be conditional?
No,
No.
I'm only saying if it's attached to the grid for
Yes.
commercial purposes. Because in the first,
That's why I asked, because it mentions that in there. It mentions being able to sell back to the,
if on occasion, they have excess power, but if you're putting a small solar facility in to generate power that's gonna be sold, and that's your sole intent, then I think that has to be conditionally permitted.
but how do we know that they're not every month having excess and selling it?
Well,
I'm just wondering.
but if their purpose and intent to begin with is a small solar farm to sell the grid, that's.
Yeah.
You'll know that.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
And it's still gotta pass the muster of the prosecutor too,
Sure.
so. I'm sure Jason will have some thoughts on it.
Right.
Right. Well, I wanna thank you for your efforts on this.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that both, what Vivian did on the short-term rentals, we'll have to put it in the format for the Bristol Township and,
I tried to follow it, but it's hard.
oh yeah.
I need to know what the type and size and font is. I was trying to figure it
Well,
out.
most of it's 12 times New Roman.
Yeah. My Microsoft Word doesn't have Times New Roman. Do you believe that? I was looking for it. You said 12, right?
Yeah. So for next meeting, we'll have, this in the format and, because really what we're gonna have to do is 36.2 solar energy systems that we currently have in the book is all gonna become red. And this will all be green, so it's gonna be about 5 or 6 pages that we're gonna be looking at in the next,
Okay.
when we formally do all that stuff.
Maybe I could get together with you one day.
Yeah.
And just try to do it all. in one- Yeah.
Thank you.
Is there something I can do to help with that?
I already have that one saved in my, you can do the next one. We'll tag you in next time.
I mean, let's give it some
Thank you.
not talking.
Short-term rentals, going back to that.
Yeah.
You're involved in that. What do you think of what we've done so far? Your thoughts?
I like all of it. I mean, I don't know that there's anything that I would have taken out or added.
As a landlord, if you had short-term
On the
rentals,
short-term rentals, yeah.
So I had one. My mom did in Asheville County, and it's hard enough dealing. I just feel like if it's somebody's property and if they're not hurting anybody else, like I understand there's challenges like in any sort of rental, but I guess I just don't like making people's lives complicated if we don't have to. Right?
That's what the
So
devil's
keeping it
advocate,
simple.
like, we had an issue at one. And
I
we don't
know.
have a contact. We
I
don't have-
know.
At least if we had a contact and a person like was locally we could get a hold of in case of emergency. Like
Something
fire.
like that, yeah, having a person that's responsible, but like anything besides that, I just,
I think I tried to simplify it,
I think it's
like
like
to just
yeah.
basically know who the owner is, who the contact person is gonna be.
right,
Making sure you have fire extinguisher,
Yeah,
making sure you have CO detector.
the
like, it's
basic
covered in
stuff
your-
for like
yeah.
rentals, yeah.
and so that, you know.
Yeah, like I said, I don't have any
number of
like,
occupancies, yeah.
right, but like, that's just my opinion in general on them.
Mhm.
That's why you're here.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, there are some out there that are very crazy,
Mhm.
all kinds of, you know, rules and regulations to it, that keep it simple, but at least we know what's in our community.
It'd be nice to know.
Mhm.
But like even like how are we gonna get somebody to like clean up their yard if they don't use this? Like honestly, nobody's gonna everything in the dark comes to light. So when it needs to be brought to attention, right, it'll be brought to our attention or somebody's and hopefully we can deal with it. But people can get
Yes, they can.
yes, they can be challenging. So I mean it's nice to have it in paper, but honestly when it comes down to it, there's not a lot we can do.
At least if there's a document out. there.
Right, I like
Start in
that.
place.
Kind of like she said with the grass, at least it's out there, so we could
Mhm.
refer to it.
Okay, comments from the commission members. Tara,
You
anything?
know,
I
Um,
know.
I still think that there's some things I would like to mention, but I will offer to ride with Eric's his name, right? And just say, you know, point a couple things out and just things that I've noticed and stuff, so I'll send him an email and just reach out to him.
Okay,
Are you gonna ride with them?
yes,
Have you seen that?
plan on it.
Yeah.
And again, it's not intended to be, we're second guessing or.
No, I just feel like being more, I would love to show him just like, I don't know, just,
Some things we see.
you know, he's newer, so just a couple things that I've noticed, just if we're out that direction, I would love to just, you know, mention it to him.
You know,
Just-
did you,
Kindly point it out.
when I sent you the zoning thing from Vienna,
Mhm.
there's an interesting thing in there about the shipping containers.
I haven't gone through that, just was going to just a section today, but I'm gonna look through it. Okay.
Gee, she wanted to do something, right?
Yeah, I mean, what is
I don't know, I have a vendetta against them. I would love to work on that.
it? She has a lot of passion, I can see it. She should.
Okay, hey, comments from the commission members. Tara,
I'm okay. I think
you're
I'm good.
okay. Vivian,
Good.
Let it out, Tara. Just let it out.
Jean,
I don't have anything. If there's something I can do or you guys need help with, just let me know. I'm willing to help. Sarah.
Carolyn,
I have nothing.
is anybody going to that, workshop Friday?
Saturday? No, it is Friday.
It's Friday. I can't. I have an appointment.
Pardon?
My son had a doctor's appointment. I can't make it. Right in the middle of the day. I already scheduled it once. I can't.
I was really disappointed in the items that they finally came up with because in my mind, they're geared towards larger urban townships. And the only one that had any real meaning to me was the short-term rental thing, which is the last session of the day. But I picked out 4 and I'm gonna go to them, you know, I'm not sure what parking lots really do, but
Mhm.
I'm sure in some townships, parking lots are a big problem.
Absolutely.
But for Bristol Township, parking lots, I don't think are any kind of issue, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, what did you select, Carolyn?
That was 3 weeks ago, and
Okay,
I figured you would get short term, so I picked something else.
anyway. Anything else for anybody? Entertain a motion to adjourn?
I'll second. Or I can make the motion.
Make the motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.